I want to make another comment about the shootings in Paris last week where Islamic terrorists barged into the offices of the French satiric newspaper Charlie Hebdo and killed 15 people, editors and policemen, in a terrible massacre that took place there. Over the weekend, the world leaders gathered in Paris and thousands marched in the streets in solidarity to show support for those who were killed, for free speech, and for France. I noticed that there were a number of course, President Hollande of Paris, of France, along with German Chancellor Angela Merkel were in the front row. Ironically, on the either side of them was the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the other side. They were on the front row as well. Of course, all of this came out of the Middle East and the Muslim against the European situation. So to see those two in the front row was interesting. The question is, what happens next? Where does this lead? What will France do? Their reaction is going to be critical. There's another development that has been taking place over several weeks in Germany that kind of ties in with this. In Dresden, thousands have been marching every week. Thousands of people, of Germans, who are protesting against the Islamization of Europe and Germany in particular, other asylum laws that Germany has, and certain other deeper problems within the German state that they are protesting against. They are more right-wing extremists. They are also probably marching against with certain anti-Semitic feelings as well there. And to be fair, against them have been another segment of the German population who are protesting against these protesters. And the Chancellor Angela Merkel and other German leaders have also been standing up against these extremist protesters within Germany, but there are a lot of them, and it seems to be growing because now, this week in Leipzig, just about an hour's drive from Dresden, another group is going to be marching, a group calling themselves Legida, which is a German for those who are against the Islamization of the West. And they're hoping to bring to Leipzig in Germany the same type of success that they have had in Germany, this anti-immigration, anti-asylum, sometimes even anti-Semitic problems that are there. Where this goes is going to be very interesting to watch. What's happening behind this really is this, that extremist reactions to Islam and other minorities, including Jews, are building within Europe. This is always dangerous in Germany as well as within Europe because demonstrations, protests, extreme situations like this can take different turns, grow out of control, and go completely different. Anyone who knows the history of Europe, and Germany in particular, Austria is even organizing for some of these, people know that this can have some rather dark and ominous developments. In wake of last week's shootings in Paris, anyone who understands not only European history, but also Bible prophecy understands that this has the markings of a highly complex and volatile situation and crisis that is bubbling under the surface. It hasn't erupted to create widespread change yet, but there is ferment and it's bubbling, and where it can go again is yet to be seen. Bible prophecy shows us that there will be an attack from a power within the Middle East against a European power. And the reaction will totally change the face of geopolitics in Europe and the Middle East and have ramifications for the United States and other nations in today's world. That's why we watch this. These types of pushes or attacks by radical Islam in Europe are going to no doubt happen again. Everyone is expecting that to take place. And what will take place, what will happen that will yet cause a bigger reaction is yet to be seen, but it's important to understand it and it's important to watch. That's BT Daily. Join us next time.